Welcome to the Epic Spotlight. I'm Dante Royster. Let's break it down so you know exactly who's in your corner and who's holding the keys to your dream home. Let me ask you this again. Do you know how many people it takes to make a real estate transaction happen? First up, you have you, the buyer, the dreamer, the one scrolling Zillow at 2 a.m. in the morning, convincing yourself you need a third bathroom because what if guests stay over? You're ready to plant your flag in the ground and call it a place of your own. But then there's the seller who has finally decided to let go. Maybe it's a bittersweet moment for them, or maybe they're halfway to Florida with margarita in hand. Either way, they're hoping you're the one who falls in love with their house. Now we have two realtors involved generally. First, we have the listing agent. This is the person who slaps a for sale sign in the yard, causing an immediate neighborhood gossip storm. They also work their magic in making sure your future home gets plastered all over the internet for every browser to see. On the other side, we have your buyer's agent, your personal real estate tour guide. They've seen it all: homes with questionable DIY projects, sellers who refuse to negotiate, and kitchens where the backsplash looks like it came straight out of a 1970s movie. And then there's me, the loan officer. My job? To take your financial hopes and dreams, crunch some numbers, and hand you a golden ticket, a golden pre approval. This tells you the kind of home you can afford and whether you should be looking at a suburban castle or a cozy shoebox condo. But wait, there's more. Once you're under contract, we bring in the home inspector. This is the detective of real estate. They'll check out if the house has charming quirks or structural nightmares that could bankrupt your soul if something's wrong. Negotiations will begin. The seller might say, "Sure, I'll fix it." Then the seller may say, "No, but here's some cash." Or the classic, "Tough luck, buddy." Next, your file enters the mysterious realm of the mortgage maze and underwriting. Generally, over 70% of all people nationwide will need to obtain a mortgage. And so you will encounter the underwriter. Think of an underwriter as a financial detective, part Sherlock Holmes, part IRS agent, and entirely dedicated to making sure your loan makes sense for the lender. This is when you start feeling like they're asking for documents you've never heard of, like your kindergarten report card or proof that your great great grandfather paid his taxes. I would encourage you to check out my book that I wrote, The Ultimate Mortgage Guide: How to Secure the Best Mortgage, Not Just the Best Rate. The world of mortgages, with its flood of financial jargon and seemingly endless options, can feel overwhelming. It's not just about numbers, it's about crafting the life and security you've always desired for you and your family. That's where this book can help you. Meanwhile, you have an appraiser checking if the home is actually worth what you're paying. If the numbers don't match, cue another round of negotiation, possibly some tears and a few desperate prayers. But the buyer and seller can agree to a lesser number based on the appraisal, and also, too, the buyer can pay additional above the appraisal value to cover the difference of the purchase. I like to reference that there are some states that do require a real estate attorney, and there's also some states that do have a strong custom of having an attorney involved. I have a list just ready for you. Please reach out to me at dante@epic.mortgage, and I can provide you that list as well. Just put in the subject line real estate attorney list. Now we set up your closing day, the finish line, the Super Bowl, the grand finale. But before you pop the champagne, we've got one last group to thank: the title company, who makes sure there are no long lost relatives suddenly claiming your house as theirs; the escrow officer, who balances the numbers with a level of precision that makes accountants weep with joy; the mortgage funder, the one who makes sure that the money actually shows up. Because let's be real, no money, no keys. And just like that, the moment arrives. You sign your life away on what feels like 1,000 sheets of paper. You get your keys, and boom, you're a homeowner. Cue the confetti, the Instagram post, and the deep, satisfying sigh of victory. Buying a home is not just a financial decision, it's an emotional roller coaster. One minute you're picturing backyard barbecues, and the next you're wondering if you can survive off ramen noodles after closing costs. I would encourage you to watch my podcast, Mental Fitness, Resilience, and Inspiring Change with Erica Kendrick. Erica speaks on coping with anxiety, and that is relevant to what most experience during the home buying process. It's right over there. There are definitely some highs and lows that homebuyers typically experience throughout the process. But here's the truth: it is all worth it. The excitement, the nerves, the victories, and even the setbacks, they all lead to that unforgettable moment when you walk through the front door of your own home. So if you're out there wondering, is this the right time? Can I do this? Let me tell you, yes, you can. And when you do, just remember, I'm here to help make the process as epic as possible. So yes, like this video and share it with anyone considering buying a home. And if you want a PDF breakdown of the process, shoot me an email at dante@epic.mortgage with the subject line home buying process. Until next time, keep the dreams alive, embrace the journey, and as always, have an epic day.